This is going to be an install of a SuperATV 72-inch snowplow on 2025 CFMOTO UForce 1000. $13mm. Let's see here. I'm gonna guess, without looking at the instructions, this is gonna go like this. Kind of looks about right to me, especially given we got these in here. They're a little bigger. So, 13mm, $15mm on the bottom. All right, we got this fitted loosely. Just pulled out the two bottom bumper bolts, and then the 4 bolts that held on the factory hitch. These are metric 8, and the 2 bottom ones are metric 10. So I've just got it sitting on there loosely right now. None of the bolts are tight. That's the flashlight, and I'm gonna go see what the next step is, and then I'll tighten this thing up once we got it right where we want it. All right, now we can tighten everything up. Got it where we want it. Flashlight 1 is dying, flashlight 2 doesn't seem to want to sit where I want it. We'll tighten these up and then we'll move on to the plow. All right, I'm gonna go get the plow. We'll be right back. All right, on these, you have a long side and a short side. Long side goes out. Short side goes in. All right, we'll tighten them up. All right, these are 18s, both sides. All right, on to the next step. All right, now the instructions say we can mount the plow to these pivot points right here, utilizing the 2 bolts that they give us. That plow is not light. I didn't make it to the gym today though, so let's do it. Try not to take our fingers off. outside. See that now? The plow, that is. Alright. Ooh, doggy. That's a little spooky. Yeah. Alright. It is easier to access those bolts and nuts when you tilt this thing down. But I wanted to see if I could show you, might be important for the next guy. You see the gap right there? It's tight on the other side, but that's quite a bit of gap. And it says to tighten these up. So my question would be, how much? Am I supposed to squeeze that in? I mean, it's pretty thick steel, so we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. It's a 17mm bolt head and 18mm nut head. Put the grease down in there, see if we can get it down in there. That may have to take that plow back off. Promising. I like blockers here. That's pretty interesting. That works. Now let's put these springs on. A fellow on YouTube said he likes to get a dime in between each ring. So I'm going to go with that. See what it feels like. So far I'd say super simple job. So if any of y'all get one of these things for Christmas, won't be hard to put it on in the driveway. All right, so it is the correct way. Well, I'll be. What size is that? There's our 13. You know, that's almost funny. It wasn't cold out here. But 'tis. Yep. Something's not adding up. Thing's almost as tight as it'll go. It ain't gonna go any tighter than that. But that don't have enough tension. Same for that one. I might have figured out the solution. These adjustment blocks might need to be adjusted a little bit forward, tilt the blade just a hair to make it right. So I'm going to loosen them up first and just see where that goes. Still not going to give it a lot of tension. It says the blade needs to be at 90 degrees or slightly forward for proper breakover function. It looks like it is. Comes up pretty high. A lot higher than the one I had on my Suzuki. Shoot, she'd come on up. All right, so first impressions, it's a decent setup. It's a SuperATV plow for a CFMOTO 1000. A few things that I didn't like. The springs, I really can't get the tension that I wanted to on them. I mean, you might be able to squeeze a dime in there, but I doubt it. And I can definitely get it to bend over when I use my feet. So these things, you adjust them. There's two holes, as you can see, 1, 2. I could put the blocks in the front one and it would tilt the plow even more far forward. It would tilt the plow farther forward. But right now it looks correct, and my CFMOTO does have like an inch lift on it. So again, these things adjust how much it tilts. There's not a lot of tension right here. I would like to see more. You can see this is maxed out. But honestly, the biggest complaint is this pin. It's so short that, I mean, it barely clamps. So I've already put a bolt in the console, because I'm probably going to try to just use a bolt. I'm going to obviously try to find a longer one of these. This bracketry though looks pretty strong, and I'm happy with that. So we'll see what she does.